Give it a couple seconds, because mine likes to start a little slow. Oh, there goes my ops. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Dewp, and the FPS title is The Best Intentions, of which the intentions of which towards as such will be discussed, hopefully in this FPS, and we don't get distracted. I'm going to be playing a fairly bastard Birdman, Lao Vis. I don't know him, and I don't know if you love him. If you do either of these things, that is a mistake for you to make. I cannot course correct you. If you're in it for the long haul, then I'm very sorry. Anyway, I gesture at my wonderful FPS partner. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Candlestick, and I am very excited to be here playing with my friend and who I love, and their character who I love. Consequences be damned, because we we love stinky characters in the draft house. And today I'm going to be playing Dorian Trebleclef, who is the father of two of my more commonly played characters, and the uncle of two of our wonderful friend Wiss's absolutely lovely characters. Hi Wiss, if you listen to this in the future, we love you. Dear? Oh, come on.
Okay, cool. So technical differences are happening on my end.
This game is cursed.
This FPS. Last time we tried to record the FPS, I kept flickering in and out, and then Discord decided to just give up.
Yep. And this was after we'd rescheduled it the first time because I wasn't feeling well the first time.
Hopefully everything is going to turn out okay, and there won't be any more issues. But I touch wood. Well, I'm touching leather, but that's fine. Anyway, I basically for my intro I didn't hear anything from Candle's end. I didn't hear her intro or anything. So I'm not sure what she said. I'm sure it was all very nice and lovely because she is also very nice and lovely. But I point at you, Candle. I guess what was the last thing you said? I guess.
So I said, first of all, hi, I'm Candlestick. In case that
Hooray!
wasn't obvious. And that I was very excited to be playing with my friend and their character whom I love. Consequences be damned.
Yeah. Okay. You will suffer for those. You will suffer for that.
I'm sure I will.
This is a threat and a guarantee.
Yep,
A
that
little bit of
is
angst.
that that
Spice of
is
life.
that is the risk and reward of being in this server.
Yeah. Looks at all the fractured little server offshoots, looks away.
Yep.
It's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah. And today,
Anyhow,
I shall be playing Dorian Trebleclef, who is the father of two of my more commonly played characters, and the uncle of two of our absolutely lovely friends' wonderful characters. Hi, Wiss. I hope you have fun if you listen
hello,
to
Wes, we
this.
love you.
We love you.
Wes, just know that we have said this twice and we will say it as many times as we need to. We love you very much.
As many times as it takes to get on the recording, we will say so.
We'll be on the air. No amount of cracking odds can stop us.
Yeah, so that's what I'd
Oh.
said.
Wonderful. I eat them. Put them in my pocket. Do you want to do you wanna So I imagine for this it is about mid-afternoon.
Hmm.
Chifley would be at work, Missy at school. Um I don't remember if oh yeah, Crystal and Grace, haven't they?
Crystal doesn't live with them. And Cassie would
Okay.
also be at rehearsal. So,
Okay, cool.
and Dorian, who is self-employed because he runs a musical instrument store, has decided to come home early today because it's a slow day and he can go home when he wants.
That is indeed the privilege. Oh, can't find the right word. It's the advantages of being self-employed. There we go.
Yeah, that's a good
Right,
way of putting it.
that is the word. Um, I am going to roll a thing, and oh, cool. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, does
okay.
Dorian want to roll a perception?
Sure. We're following last time.
Oh god. We're going down the same timeline. The paths are converging.
8. 8 perception.
Oh, Dorian can't hear anything. This is headphones in.
Yeah,
Uh,
he probably has the radio up. And is in the kitchen cooking and singing, probably. So, there's a reason he can't hear anything.
cool. Master theory. No, he's not. Is that okay? Yeah, no, you can't hear anything. Let me just check thing. Great
Uh,
messy thing. Okay.
but yeah, no,
My God.
whoever's at the door can probably hear the music inside.
Oh God. Okay. Um. Well, doing a quick check for oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I check. And that was a 3. God. Okay. Dorian, I don't know how loud your music. You definitely gonna hear the sounds of something crashing in the hallway. divergent path.
Oh god. Okay. Yep. Well, yeah. You know what? He's going to leave the music up because that way, if it's something wrong, they don't know that he knows yet.
Yes. Advantages.
And right, I'm gonna roll hammer space. Yep, we're fine. Well, I say that as in he didn't fumble. But he did pull out his longsword.
Oh god. Okay. Um. Cool. You're armed now. You're prepared to fight if this does turn out to be some sort of ambush or attack on your household.
And he's also a god, what's the term for it? I just need to find it. An armorer archetype artificer. So the armor's going on as well.
Ooh. Is there any special effect for that, or is he just putting on armor?
He's just putting on
I
armor.
don't
It
know if it's
means
magical.
it is
Okay.
magical, so it's fast. It's like one of those like can just
Okay.
sort of put it on in an action kind of thing.
Okay. Cool. Okay. You're armed. You're armored. And there's still noise and ruckus your hallway.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure you heard something fall over.
Well, I mean, he's not being very stealthy about it. So
Are you heading to the?
yeah, he's heading into the room.
Okay. If you head towards the front door, the first thing you see is that if there's like any like coat racks or table like little tables or anything like that near the doorway, those have fallen over. Um, there'd probably be like knickknacks and stuff scattered on the floor. Thing you'll notice is that there is something long, green, and thrashing coming through your mailbox.
um, oh, okay. Hmm. Uh, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna roll another. I'm gonna roll something else. Oh my fucking god! Why
Oh,
get an at 20 on this? Um, all of a sudden you see the tent up along the floor and then towards the bottom of the door and then up the sides of the door, and it seems to be like padding from side to side to side until it reaches your door handle. Is it a jiggle? And then just like slowly pushes it down. And I don't know if the door opens inwards or outwards, but it is opening.
yeah, I can't help feeling like this door opens and it just reveals like Dorian standing there with his sword ready, like.
Dorian is ready to throw fucking hands, whatever this thing
Yeah.
is, entering his apartment.
Mm-hmm. Look,
And as the door opens,
he's
what
allowed
are you
to
doing?
be protective of the people he lives
Yes,
with.
as he should. Considering he should be. and he's allowed. Dorian do anything while the door's opening, or is he just readying?
Just readying, and I rolled an intimidation, so
Oh please. Cool.
16. So not bad. Could be worse.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Cool. The door opens, and as it opens, the tentacle kind of slides back out through your mailbox, letterbox, and pushes open, and it comes to reveal a very odd sight. There is there's a lot to take in. Firstly, green things. You're not sure if they're like not actually tentacles, or maybe they are, but they're definitely some kind of legs of some sort attached to the side of some strange chair contraption. That on any other day you would probably call a wheelchair, except the wheels aren't on the ground. And there's also a guy, a bird sitting in that chair, wearing a blue dress of some sort, muttering to itself, and kind of, you know what? Yeah, no, he looks around, or it looks around, and then stops as it looks at you. And should I roll with save?
Maybe. Also, I rolled a history to see if.
Intimidation?
Pardon? What? Oh yes.
No.
Please roll a whiz save.
With save.
Please roll a whiz save for that
Yeah.
intimidation.
Oh, for once. Yeah, okay. It's a 2020. Oh my god.
That would be a history to recognize Lao.
Ah, ah,
So, good
oh,
news is that Dorian knows who this is, even if just from description alone.
I mean, how many birds in wheelchairs are you gonna find around in Town? Especially ones that have the audacity to apparently break into his apartment.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, okay. So I don't know if like okay, so Lao's not intimidated with that dirty 20.
Mhm.
But
That's-
Dorian is keeping the sword up with just an afternoon.
You get a blank kind of stare on this bird man from Lao as he looks down at the knocked over coat rack, and then probably at the items that fell off the horseside table, and then at the loud music, and you hear him clear his throat, and then he snaps his fingers, um, and you hear a very loud voice yell, "You're not Chifley."
Astute observation. No, I'm not.
Yes. Well, I think perhaps is this. I'm gonna roll. Hmm. Would you say there's like obvious stuff around that would indicate Chipley lives here, like picture frames and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's probably like one on the floor.
Probably one on the
Um,
floor.
I mean, listen, you know you have your nice little tableside family photos. Now
Yep.
just fucking smash down to the floor.
Yep.
Reaches out and picks it up, and he looks at it and goes, "Ah, Hmm. And I'm gonna roll him a history. Hmm. I think that's good enough. Oh, yeah, no, that's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Um, yeah.
Chifley has probably mentioned leaving Missy with Dorian and Cassie before.
Yeah. Also probably heard Cassie talk about her dad a couple of times.
Yeah, or
One
more
of
than
her many
likely.
taunts.
Lau probably
He
knows
picks
a
up
lot about Missy, about Cassie's family, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I mean, listen, she might talk to him. Whether he is listening is a different conversation. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, he picks up his broken photograph and thinks, "Oh, you're Dorian, I believe." Ah, he looks at the sword. Finally, everything broken. Ah, I I apologize for the mess. I'll just, and he's gonna just like wipe one of his fingers over the top of the broken picture frame and cast mending, and he's gonna fix it, and then he's gonna look around and I just and then he's gonna have the legs of his chair kind of bend around and pick things up and bring it over to him, and he's just gonna be casting mending, whilst keeping an eye on Dorian and say, I wasn't sure if it was Chifley, with the music on quite that loud, although I suppose the music choice I could have guessed it wasn't him.
I think Dorian is sort of pointed the sword down at this point and is like kind of like leaning on it now like like a cane kind of thing, and just
Mm.
so you decided that breaking in would be the better option?
Well, between that and, well, I have some things that I need to do today, and I just wanted to drop something off, and it's not as if I wasn't going to lock it up afterwards. That's, well, no, of course I wouldn't do that. Um, Come on,
The
Dorian.
look
Come on,
the
Dorian.
look that
You have it.
Dorian is giving Lao is the "you really don't think that there wouldn't have been any other consequences even if it had gone exactly as you planned" kind of expression on his face.
Lau looks back. Um, he chooses not to look into that, instead looking at Dorian's sword. But, where did you get that sword?
This? Mm,
Yes.
uh, it's been a while. Did I pick it up in Ghibli or was it Northern Giznap? I don't remember.
Looks rather well made, and I am going to roll an insight. You want to roll an insight?
Sure.
Now,
Oh god.
oh my sweet summer child. Oh god. So I don't know the state of Dorian's sword. Dorian, you can tell that this guy doesn't quite know what he's talking about. Um,
I mean,
and he's
okay.
not from like a blacksmith sort of,
Uh, um,
did you say?
I said, I mean, okay, so Dorian does take care of his sword. Because it doesn't it's good practice to keep your equipment in good shape, even if you don't use it anymore. Um, but he can also tell like someone who doesn't know a thing about like because he's an artificer still. He might specialize in non-weapon stuff, but like you can tell a lot of the time when someone doesn't know these things.
Hmm. It's like a guy who talks about his car and rattles off specs, and you can tell he has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
So I think what Dorian's gonna do is he's going to put his sword away and just be like, "Would you like to come in, Lao?"
Uh, I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Yeah. Yes, I shall. I shall do that. And he slowly lowers himself from his suspended state, and with a crack and a snap, and like a kind of winding noise, Dorian sees all the legs kind of whip back um, into the sides of the wheels on this bird wheelchair, and come back into the spokes. And Al's going to just close the door back behind him, um, as an unseen force begins to pick up items and slowly put them back haphazardly in places.
I mean, Dorian's not gonna bother with that because, like, this house probably ends up fairly messy. He will deal with that later if necessary. But he is gonna make his way into the house a bit further, making his way back to the kitchen and sort of call out, "Can I get you anything?" As he turns off the radio.
Um, I suppose I wouldn't say no to a cup of tea. Although I really am here just to drop something off. Briefly, I didn't mean to be here long. And I'm gonna roll heal space.
No, no, it's fine. Be good company. None of the others are here right now. Do you have a type of tea that you like in particular?
Uh, if you know, I don't suppose you know how to brew chai.
Sorry, I missed what you said at the end there. Brew what?
That's fair. Um, he asked. I don't suppose if you know how to brew chai.
Chai? That one? Is that what you said?
That's that. Yes.
Um,
Chai for chai.
yeah, yeah, okay, cool. I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, Dorian likes his tea. So, um, um, he's, yeah, just, I do actually. Give me a moment. And yeah, then you hear the sound of the kettle.
Excellent. Lao's going to snoop. Just say he's going to look around. Whilst your back is turned, Dorian, you are going to hear the sounds of I'm not even going to bother rolling stealth for him. You want to hear the sounds of drawers being opened, still from the hallway, as he slowly makes his way toward the kitchen. And I don't really only a small mug. I don't I don't really I do just need to drop something off for Chifley, and you can tell this guy's just kind of tapping on like your chairs, and then on his chair, and he's looking around. Um, oh yeah, and I did a roll for my hammer space, and you hear him go, yes, he left something at mine, and I think he would rather like to have it back.
Hmm. Well, that's very thoughtful. I'm sure he will appreciate it. And he's gonna put down two very large mugs in front of the pair of them.
Oh. It is very generous of you. Thank you, Dorian. And slowly pulls the mug. I know you said like a large mug. I'm just imagining it's like a huge soup bowl.
Probably, actually, honestly. Would Lao
That
like
would
to roll insight on Dorian?
yes, yes, he would. Oh, why you like this, my son?
uh, no. Dorian is being just a very good host. There is no ulterior motive here whatsoever. Dewp.
Go, hey yo, and we're back. More technical difficulties, hooray. So last thing I heard was, would you like Lao to roll insight? Which you did.
Alright, yeah, I'm
And
guessing
I
that was
got
the 14.
14.
Well, that
Uh-huh.
19 would have been a deception. So,
Yeah.
as far as
Fine.
Lao is
Lao
concerned,
is
Dorian is just being
it's fine.
a very good host. That is his intention. There is no ulterior motive whatsoever.
Excellent. Cool. Um Lao just uh well this is thank you for this. Um how uh how has Cassie been doing?
She's been doing well. Been getting back into her rehearsals, which has been nice to see. Um, it's been good. And
Yes.
yourself? I heard that
Uh
you had maybe an incident not that long ago.
I it was a minor mishap, but it's all been dealt with now.
It's good.
Oh, what's
It's put it on insight if you want.
sure? Yeah, no. I'm not getting anything with that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, it sounds like everything is fine. This guy seems very, chill about it. And he just so, it's good to hear that she's doing better after the magic mishap. Um, and actually, I do have a question for you regarding Cassie.
He's just gonna like sort of like gesture like go on.
Um, Lao is going to fiddle with something on his lap. And how big is this mug?
It is probably like a soup mug kind of thing.
Oh god, okay, I'm gonna roll a strength check. I need to see if my weenie man can lift the soup. Hmm. Should it be a save or a check? Oh, by the way, it's the same thing.
I would say check. Because it's like it's something he's attempting to do. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. Okay.
I definitely think he can lift it up. Maybe it's a little bit sloshy at the start. Dewp? Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. More technical difficulties.
My
Uh,
computer had a
yeah.
grump. He does not
Yeah.
want to play anymore.
The woes of having an old laptop.
Yeah, but she does everything else so well, and I'm like, why are you failing when I want to record shit?
Yeah, hopefully this is just a one-off thing, and it's just this cursed game.
It might be the cursed game.
Um,
What was the last thing you had, by the way?
you asked me what size mug it is, and then you
Ah.
rolled strength.
I did roll strength. You didn't hear any description after that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Cool. So, quick rundown description. So, firstly, Lao tries to lift it from the handle, and then as he tries to pick it up, it sloshes to the side, so he quickly thunks it back onto the table. And then, instead of lifting it by the handle, he shimmies the tips of his fingers underneath the bowl, and then puts his thumb over the top, and then just kind of carries it like that up to his beak to have a sip. Um, yeah, he's only using one of his hands though. His other hand is on his lap, holding something. And he just clears his throat and say, yes, ask you about Cassie. Was she always so energetic?
That's certainly one way of putting it. Yes, she was.
She's a very positive person, very upbeat, outgoing, I think the term would be.
Yes. She gets it from her mother.
Cool, okay. Oh, I haven't asked about her mother. I don't think she's mentioned her except offhandedly.
Yes. Well, she is no longer with us, so that's probably the reason why.
Oh no, fuck you, bird. Fuck you, bird. Fuck you, bird. You are not getting a nat 20 on this.
You can roll a
Come on,
disadvantage if you
Everest.
want.
I did. I have. There we go. Yeah, Dorian, you see this bird's outline do something a little odd and kind of like wriggle. But the best thing you can use to describe it is like it's someone took a smudge tool with outline. Just a tad, just a slight blurring that makes it hard to focus around the edges. It's like, I see. I didn't mean to bring up a awkward subject. Though I
It's fine. Though I would like to ask you a question of my own.
I suppose yes. What exactly would that be?
Just an old man's curiosity. How did you and Chifley exactly meet?
Well, we met at a library. We met at the library.
I see. Sounds interesting. It's
That
like he wants more details than just that.
good luck, Dorian. Now just nonsense. Yes, well, most libraries are quite interesting. The amount of books and knowledge they tend to have. Well, I helped him and he helped me, and then we had tea afterwards, and that's that, really. There's not really
That's
much to
that.
say.
Perhaps,
Yes.
but you definitely seem to have left a lasting enough impression on him if the things I
Well,
have heard after have anything to indicate.
I do tend to have that effect on people in a variety of ways.
Oh, I can imagine, considering how we first met.
Look, listen, I assumed it was your daughter who would have been at home. Considering the tone and the noise, Chifley doesn't, as far as I'm aware, Chifley doesn't usually play things quite that loudly. And Missy's at school. And I don't think anyone else is with you.
Well, if that was your thought process, would you mind if I offered you a bit of advice?
You can offer.
Don't try that around Cassie. It will not end well.
You want to roll an insight?
Sure.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's not a great insight.
Yeah, no. You do see his outline get slightly blurrier. He looks down at his mug. I wouldn't be visiting if Missy were home. I'd rather not.
No, I said Cassie, not Missy.
Oh, Cassie! Oops, my brain pooped.
It's fine.
I'm doing so good.
Yeah.
But okay, at that, Lao is, instead of going to scrap what I just said, he's going to cock his head to the side, and one of the curls on his head twitches. I Right, okay. And I'm gonna roll history, actually.
Yeah, you're also welcome to roll an insight if you want.
I will do so. So I would say, come on, do the friendship with me. I would say with a 25, he definitely remembers when Chifley suddenly had to do something very urgent with his family, and how he wasn't around for a little while to something to do with Cassie. And he doesn't really know enough about what happened because it's a fucking secret. But he got enough, I feel, to be like Cassie plus surprise equals, or at least Cassie plus unwelcome surprise equals not good. I will also roll an insight.
Mm.
It's not awful. Okay. He just nodded head. I wasn't aware that. I wasn't aware that that was an issue for Cassie. She seems so bright and fond of surprises that I didn't think that showing up out of the blue would really be an issue.
I will address the insight first because that's like Dorian isn't trying to hide this either, but like yeah, that's a 22. So he is being very very serious, and you think that perhaps some of his welcome at the beginning being like as cold as it was maybe to do with that like protective, not just in the sense of being physically protective, but also of like people's mental state. Yeah. But he seems like he's not um like he knows that you probably didn't mean it in any sort of harmful way. That's why he's being so honest about it.
Okay. Yeah, Lao. Yeah, Lao is just right. I I will try. I'll try to be sure that Cassie isn't inside.
Oh, don't get me wrong. You're more than welcome to visit. Just maybe different method of getting inside. Or not, preferably. Let her let you in.
Do you want to roll a perception?
Sure.
Because you see Lao kind of tuck his head down and take another sip of his chai soup, as it were.
16.
You definitely hear him mutter under his breath. Well, you wouldn't be the first person to ask me that. He just clears his throat and says, "Right, will. I will try and contact you beforehand, or something. Although, I do feel that. Mm, Tell me, how much has Chifley or your daughter told you about me?"
Oh, okay. Well, um, how are you going to answer this? Because I think he's gonna lace his fingers together and
Oh, hard to say. I know I haven't been told a lot of the personal details, respect for your person, but I've also heard a lot about you. Chifley in particular, care about you a lot.
Okay. You see the outline, the smudge effect kind of wear off, and instead it kind of looks what you can only describe as wispy.
Hmm.
Kind of fluffy almost. As you say that, and he well, that's nice to know, but what I meant specifically is, have they told you about well, have they told you about the things I do, such as that I am, I suppose, I don't like using the term plant enthusiast. It sounds but I do work with plants quite a bit, and I have I do live with a particular being
Oh,
that is
no, I know of Soul,
right.
considering
Yes.
the fact that um they took Missy and Cassie for a joyride when we were moving house. Hard to
Ah,
miss that explanation.
yeah. I do dimly remember that. And he leans back in his chair, taps his fingers on the table. Yes, I. Oh, wait, that I think is when I met you a bit more, and there was right. Yes, you had your no another woman with you, I believe, time. But yes, no, I'm getting off track. So, whilst I can tell you that I will try in my best efforts not to do anything to um, upset your daughter in that particular way. I cannot, as much as I would love to, I cannot speak on Soul's behalf. They are very willful, and they do not always listen to reason. They simply do what they do, and sometimes that may be something not the same, but almost similar, in terms of approach, to saying hello to people.
Well, I can't exactly stop you or Soul, but I have given you a warning. So I shall let you deal with any potential repercussions should they occur. There is another pointed look of the, well, that's your problem to deal with.
Me looks at Lao's history of taking accountability. He does. So, yes. Well, if it's any consolation, you should probably hear them coming before, well, they actually get inside of the house, and usually they don't make a quiet entrance. Uh, hmm. I would keep an eye on windows.
Oh, well, that, mm, that I'm sure is easily fixable, considering, well, toons are not always the most, they can be quite rambunctious.
That is certainly a word to describe Toonkind people. Takes another sip of his drink, and you see him clear his throat. Right, yes. Right, yes, I should probably put this down before I forget, actually. And he lifts his hand from his lap, and puts something down on the table, draws his hand back. And Dorian, the man has put a glove on the table.
Ah,
Definitely
Chifley's, I
Chifley's.
suppose.
Yes, they're his, well, he has a few different pairs, as far as I'm aware. He left one of his I don't quite know what to call it, frost proof, not frost proof, but ice insulating. He's got it today. I'm not actually sure how he managed that. He's usually very good at keeping his things together. But he's looking a bit of a disarray this morning, so either way, he has it now.
Yes, I'm sure he
And
will greatly appreciate having it back.
yes, Chifley is he's he is something.
Oh,
he does look like kind of interested, like go on kind of thing.
Well, has he? I'm sure. I can't really tell you anything you don't already know. He's a very hard worker. Perhaps sometimes too hard of a worker. He he's just and both his hands get laced on the table, and he puts his beak underneath them, and he's not looking at you. His eyes are stuck to the glove on the table. He's quite dedicated, and I think the term worrywart would apply to him quite well. But I'm sure that's nothing you don't already know about him.
well, that's true. But
Mm.
it's always interesting to hear it from other people. Tells me a lot about them, such as the fact that I can now tell that you care a lot about him.
Well, I I well, yes, I suppose I mean, he's a very good friend, and he's been doing a very fine job taking care of me, whilst I was indisposed. Not that I needed all that much taken care of, to be honest. To be honest, at the end, he was being a bit more of a mother hen, but no, yes, a mother hen more so than anything. But he's, suppose I could call him quite a good friend. You can roll an insight.
Sure, I will. Ah, boo! That is a terrible insight.
Damn, Lao sure is looking intently at his glove. Sure is having a good. He's thinking about something. You don't know what, but he is in thought. He's got that look in it. He's got a look in his eye, like his mind is a little further away than just at the table at the minute. He's
Oh, okay. I think he's gonna just sort of like raise an eyebrow and just
Yes. Just a friend?
What? What? Yes. I mean, well, I suppose. I don't know. Mm, I don't know what he's told you. Has he told you anything about recent developments?
No. Chifley is a fairly private person, and he also respects other people's privacy as well, so he tends not to share that sort of information. My daughter, on the other hand, has some interesting ideas, whether they are true or not.
You don't have to roll anything. You see something flash across Hal's face at that. Just well, suppose it should be something you should ask quickly about. You should probably ask him when he gets back later. If if he's not told you yet, then it's probably best that you do so.
Hmm.
And he starts picking at the side of his uh armchair, arm on the wheelchair. As you said, he's quite a private person, and I wouldn't want to overshare if he doesn't want to share it. That makes sense. Which
All right. I will ask him about it.
good, good. I will say I'm a little surprised he hasn't told you. But I suppose that's his business. Um, not not mine. It's not my place to say. um. And he kind of looks around the room. So you don't have to roll or anything. He's looking for a subject change.
Is Dorian going to be helpful or not? Nope. Dorian's
Mm,
not going to be helpful. God, I need to figure out how he's going to phrase this though.
yes, good.
Ah, you know, maybe it's not my place to pry, but um, you should talk to Chifley as well about um. I think it's important for people to be on the same page about where they stand. It's nice to know, and I'm sure Chifley would appreciate it. Plus, it might help uh, stop giving Cassie ideas.
I same. I we were on the same page. Um, hmm. I hmm, I can't. I can't. Um, you could kind of see his outline. It's no longer fluffy. There's now like a slight undulation, like a little wormy wiggle or an audio wave, going through it. I can't think of. We've not had any disagreements. Can't think of any reason we might not be on the same. I thought we'd already had this discussion. He seemed. I can't say all that much. But I thought we were very much on the same page. I can't think of anything where we wouldn't be.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying, as an advice from an old toon, open communication is always helpful.
Yes, I think my mother would agree with you on that. And I
She
do
sounds
try
like
to
a
be
smart woman.
open. Let's just say that you see the wiggling stops, and suddenly, the sort of fluffy softness of the outline, it doesn't just come back; it kind of blooms outwards, like watching a high speed baking video where you see the bread bloom in the oven. It's kind of like that. He almost inflates. And he looks at you and he says, "My mother is not only an incredibly intelligent woman. She's just a very brilliant woman in general. Really, she's she's probably the strongest person. Well, second strongest person in the clan. She's an incredible. She's an incredible dancer. She's the she's in charge of the whole thing. She's so very good at diplomacy. I I'm very proud of her. She's accomplished things for us that not many people not many leaders have. And uh um you can see his hands start to flap a little bit. And you hear like the kind of rustle of air through feathers as he does. Um, um,
Hmm.
I I want to say more, but my brain has run a little dry. Just know that he is now very much starting to go on a little rant about how much he loves his mother and how cool he is.
Oh, that's great. Dorian's not gonna stop him actually. Partially because like he recognizes this from like his own, like he's seen his own kids do this, and like also like Missy talk about like Chifley that way, and you know things like that. So he recognizes this and doesn't want to stop it. But also he's a little bit of he's also being a little bit sneaky in this regard, I guess, in that he's like, I'm not going to stop him because I'm learning so much about you right now.
Oh, oh my God! You're not only learning about Lao, as a person, you're learning so much about his mother. You are. I will have to probably DM you later on with some stuff. Um, but a few things I can say for now are that, firstly, you know that now, Lao is the son of this woman who is apparently in charge of a village or a clan of people. Um, Secondly, you can figure out that people tend to be quite skeptical or isolated, I suppose. Keep to themselves, sort of thing. The third thing you'll notice is that they seem to have a lot, like, they seem to have a lot to do with, like, he keeps talking about dancing and fire. So that seems to be.
Can I roll a history? Because Dorian has traveled, and he has traveled outside of Inkwell.
You absolutely may.
Oh my god. Okay.
Did he get a nat 20? Did our boy get a nat 20?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he got a nat 20. Oh my God. Dorian, you know, this is kind of interesting. You you definitely know where this, as he talks more and more, you start to realize that you actually know where this guy's from. And you've definitely heard all awful things about this place. And you maybe even met like a couple of people from there. But he's from a very isolated clan of cohabiting dwarves and orcs in a place that most outsiders, as they're called Charton. And I'll spell that for you.
Cool.
And with a nat 20, you and your wife have probably heard at some point about whispers about a strange mineral that can be found there.
Interesting. I mean, like,
I get to give you more info later. Or now.
I'm tucking all of this stuff away. I don't know if he would bring it up that he's recognized it. I'm just trying to think. Would he would know that they're not like the thing I'm basically trying to figure out is like Lao is kind of a bit of an exception, right? Having left there.
No. He would know that sometimes he would meet people from this place. They're either in traveling like caravans or like shops they kind of set up for like fairs and festivals on occasion, mostly selling wares. He will probably have heard rumors about like wanderers, something like that. He won't have a lot of information on that. But he will know that Tartan is very much a real kind place. And that apart from a few like sailors or far traveling merchants on the west side of Inkwell, not many people. He's pretty sure that that's an all real kind settlement.
Okay. Right.
Well, he's heard no mention of any toon inhabiting the place.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, it's not unheard of for, like, found family and all, plus toons can pop up in weird places. But, I do think he will, maybe comment, My, you are full of surprises.
And you see him do a little shake and then look at you, and his head cocks to the side, and one of his curls kind of picks. What do you mean by that exactly? I'm not sure what exactly you were expecting.
No, I suppose I'm just. You've traveled a very long way from home.
Yes, I have. You want to roll? Oh God, do you want to roll an insight?
Sure, it's probably not going to be great.
Fine.
It's average.
I have my reasons. Okay. I have my reasons for that. And you see that his fluffy outline has very quickly receded, and the smudge has returned. As he plays with his fingers. Yes. I'm probably not the first person to have left, to at least have gone cross-continental, as it were. But yes, I suppose I am quite far from where I started. With a 12, because I rolled a damn 5. You can see there's a very clear look of longing on his face. Like he clearly misses home. But you can also see that his body kind of tightens a little bit. How can I describe this? You can tell that whilst he misses home, for some reason he is still here.
Interesting. What are you going to do, Dorian? Yeah, alright, you're gonna pry more. That makes sense.
Crack this man like a walnut.
I think he's sort of gonna look at Lao over his the rim of his glasses kind of thing, and just
May I ask a bit of a personal question, Lao?
His outline jitters, kind of freezes a bit. He locks eyes with you and nods. You may ask.
Just because well, I care about people who care about you a lot, and thus I want to look out for both them and you. Do you plan on going back?
Ooh, let's do a roll. Oh, okay.
oh dear.
I have to go back. It's my home. I can't stay here. And this country is very interesting, and I've met some very interesting people here, such as your daughter and others. But my home is my home, and once my business here is concluded, I can't think. I need to go back. I mean, even as he says this, it's very clear he's conflicted about it.
Yeah. I won't tell you one way or another what to do. It's not my place. But you should tell your friends about your plans. And if you decide otherwise, you do have a place here.
Okay. I'll handle it.
He's just gonna nod. That's all he asks. This is something he can't do it for Lao, but it's you kind of need to tell people about this kind of thing, because otherwise people are going to get hurt. And yeah.
Man, I look at things and I look away. Yeah. I mean, he does nod his head decisively at Dorian. Like, there's resolve in that. One way or another, he's gonna handle it. He's probably going to look around a bit more, squint at the wall, and do you know who's picking up Missy from school today?
Let me roll something.
Oh,
I'm maybe okay. Yeah, that'll probably work.
Chifley is. I rolled a d6 as the d3 to see who was supposed to be picking Missy up from school today, because I thought it would be funny if it was supposed to be Dorian, but
so did I.
but no, it's Chifley today.
Oh, God.
So I think he will like sort of like squint and like as if he's thinking, and
Chifley will be doing that today, so he might be a while.
Right. Right, yes. Well, I've taken up quite a bit of your time. And he kind of settles back in and kind of starts to move his chair away from the table. You see that the soup mug is only half finished. As a nod to you. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. I'm shaking my brain right now. There's words in there and I'm rattling around, but they don't know how to go out. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Yeah, he just kind of gives a nod to Dorian and says, well, it was nice to meet you properly. I will attempt to, if I stop by again, I'll try not to use the door. And then he turns around and starts to head towards the door.
Yeah, I think Dorian's gonna. It was nice to meet you too, but you don't have to leave if you don't want to. I'm sure the others would enjoy seeing you.
Oh, no, it's quite fine. It's fine. I have some. I do need to take care of some plants at home. Actually, I'm overdue on watering, and then I have to actually. Oh, I have to remulch and repot certain cheeky little buggers. I do need to go. But this has been an experience. Thank you. Again, I shall take my leave. And he sure will attempt to take his leave.
I think.
Unless Dorian.
I mean, well, I think that Dorian will kind of like walk with him to like good host, let me see you out kind of thing. He's not gonna stop Lao, but I do think as like he help lets Lao out, kind of like he will say, you're always welcome back anytime, and you're always welcome if you need to talk about anything.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to I'm going to. And then he just turns around and rolls away.
Yeah, Dorian will let him.
I'm sorry, he's just. I don't know why he's being incredibly awkward at the minute.
I don't know.
Sure
I mean, Dorian did
I
say some like pretty
Mhm.
upfront things to him.
Also, it's meeting a new person that is also related to two people I may in fact be calling my friend.
Haha, hi.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is so
friend.
interesting.
One of them is definitely a friend.
Yeah, sure is a friend.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to do, but like, I'm happy to leave it here.
Actually, um, I think, you mind if it's not gonna be, it's probably not gonna be great. I don't think Dorian's, let me just check something.
Yeah, take your time. And sit with bated breath and popcorn
Yeah,
in my
I
lap.
thought that was the case. Alright, I'm gonna still roll.
Okay.
I mean, you could roll a perception if you'd like for when Dorian was letting Lao out.
Yeah, I will do so. I think that's your perception now. Okay. Alright.
I mean, yeah,
Lao's perceiving.
Lao will definitely have noticed when Dorian sort of kind of patted him on the back, you, because he's not great at this, but he was trying. And letting him know he's always welcome back is he did pass over a slip of paper with his number on it, so with the words if you need to talk.
Oh god, I just had a thought. Okay. Yeah, Lao's gonna take that and he's gonna head home. God, I just imagine he gets home and after Chippy's drops Niffy off and pops over to his or something. So he's just staring at this fucking piece of paper and he's like, I got someone's number.
I mean, it's twofold. It's a cool if you're coming next time, and also, yeah, the thing is that I mean, Dorian cares more about his family, obviously, but he also cares about Lao by proxy because Lao is someone that they care about, and oh god, he talked to this guy for an hour, and oh yeah, maybe you need someone older you can maybe potentially talk to if you need it.
Yeah. Oh, I've just realised. Actually, when Dorian hands the piece of paper over, he will see that Lao looks confused, but he will take it. Because I've just remembered Lao doesn't actually understand what phones are or how they work.
Oh my god.
He's seen Chifley with one, and he kind of understands it's a messaging thing. But he doesn't have one. He doesn't know how it works.
I mean, if he brings it up around Cassie, she will show him how to do it.
Oh gosh. Teach your grandpa electronics 101.
Yep.
Okay, I guess he has Dorian's number now.
Yep. I got.
Hooray!
Oh, that's
Gosh.
hilarious. I wasn't expecting him to do that, but he's just like, okay, but this kid needs a parent, my god. And I'm just like, alright, fine, yep, you can do that, I guess.
Dorian, I need to adopt this one.
Yeah, basically.
I need to keep my eye on this boy. He clearly has something going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, I love Dorian so much. I love his much.
I'm glad you like him. I do love him. I was not expecting him to be quite so like he took the phrase kill your enemies with kindness to a whole nother level, and I was not expecting that.
Oh. Oh gosh. He looks at him as just this man has no clue. This man is completely oblivious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna realise by the end of the conversation he's completely oblivious to like any sort of like extra emotions on Chifley's end.
I mean, yeah, he did his best to be like, because again, like, not without like outright being like, do you like Chifley kind of thing, just you guys need to be on the same page about this kind of thing, because otherwise that's going to cause problems.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh, we should probably end the recording.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for playing, Dewp. And thank you anyone for who's listening like now and in the future. I hope you had a fun pardon me. I hope you had a fun time. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties for that first like half hour kind of period.
Yeah.
And
Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to take my laptop to the laptop hospital. I
yeah.
think she needs an ibuprofen.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for playing with me too. I'm glad that Lao has met another person in this family. He needs more people.
He does need
Not
more
that he'll tell
people.
anyone that.
Ah.
Tsundere little bastard. Anyway,
Ah.
yes. Thank you for playing with me. Very good friend. And
Yep.
everyone listening, I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you whenever we next show up and hang out.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Yay. Goodbye.